ulcers on the genitals, pus-like discharges from the genital, body rashes, and fatigue. It is also important to have a regular checkup, as some STIs show no symptoms at all, particularly in women. Condoms usually offer good protections against STIs.
While I choose this kind of job is you go to a different country for free. You don't spend money, because you're already on board the vessel. So while you are going in different countries, you see a lot of views, a lot of different people, especially the ladies. You can ignore to go out and make some times to be happy, because the life of the seaman on board the vessel is very difficult. Before I'm drink too much, I lose control. That was 9 years ago, because when I come back on the Philippines, especially on my home, when I always saw my family, then I tell to myself that I need to change something to me, because what I did on board the vessel, because if I'm making a mistake again, maybe I lose my job. So you can see my family.
Risky behaviors, that's for everyone, whether you're a migrant worker or not. You will engage in risky behavior because of certain conditions. For migrant workers, one of the key findings that we got from the research that Karam conducted was, the number one problem they experience when they're abroad is homesickness and loneliness. And of course, these are factors that influence them to get involved in relationships, have social contacts with people. And because they're away from their families, they don't have that support system in place.
Every time I go out, I'm not taking some ladies because I was afraid on this virus that has been spread worldwide, especially this HIV.
I walked very slowly out on the highway, thinking of ending my life. I had nothing to live for any longer. I was diagnosed as HIV positive. I had just one boyfriend back then. He was a very intelligent and serious man, and we loved each other. I cannot understand why I got it from him. Before, I only knew about AIDS. I thought I could easily recognize infected persons because they had rashes or something all over.
Oh, it's only the homosexuals who will get that. Oh, it's only the women who work in clubs or bars who will get that. And so this tendency to attribute HIV/AIDS to other populations enables them to distance themselves from it.
Joshua works with an NGO helping other persons living with HIV.
There was a kind of a shock when I was infected with HIV, because again, I was infected with HIV because through relationship.
HIV can be transmitted through unprotected sexual intercourse, oral sex, infected blood transfusion, needle sharing, and infected mother to her baby. It is not transmitted through touching, shaking hands, sneezing, coughing, hugging, and kissing.
This is one of the big lessons learned, that being in the relationship, you cannot be complacent. The fact that you're safe of infections. Like I myself, I had this 10-year relationship, and the only thing that we had made mistakes is we never talked about HIV in our relationship.
The entrance of HIV to the body decreases the ability of the person to fight off disease. A person with HIV appears healthy or is sick only occasionally. AIDS is the end stage of HIV infection. The immune system is so low that all kinds of signs and symptoms or diseases appear in a person. Antiretroviral can slow down the progression of HIV to AIDS.
It took me about 6 months. Then I disclosed that to my family, because I think the vital position for me to get supported is from family. Whenever they like it or not, I'm still their family. Then I talked to my family, my mom. My first thing I told her is my mother, and then my mother, of course, was shocked. But then she reads about this. Disclosing it also make you feel better. And believe me it or not, it's my experience. I went to that. I kept myself for 6 months, between 3 to 6 months, before actually tell everyone about it. And I said to myself, I wish I had told them the first day I was infected with HIV.
Qu'il faut insister sur un certain nombre de choses.
When you have a sexually transmitted infection, you need to make a decision to tell your partner about it in order to protect the relationship and your own health. You have to be vigilant if you notice any signs of STIs. Don't hesitate to see a doctor, particularly in the case of condom rupture during your sexual contact. Since there is no cure for HIV and AIDS, prevention is the most important. Preventative measures, ABCs, stands for A. Abstinence, B. Be faithful to one uninfected partner, C. Correct and consistent use of condoms, D. Do not share needles, E. Education and early detection of STIs.
They must know that working abroad is not that light activity.
Every time I go ashore, I just only, that's what the doctor said to me. Drink is good, drunk is bad. Drink moderately. That's what I heard.
Money, it's very important, but your condition is the most important.
You need to control your temptation for the sake of your family. Because if you don't control this kind of temptation, you don't know. One of these days, maybe you have sickness.
I just want to advise you not to follow my footsteps, because sickness can really hurt you, and things are much easier if you are aware of health risks in advance. It is good not only for you, but also for your loved ones. Please remember, my friends, having good health is not an expense, but it is an investment for a good life and for happiness.
I think this is one of the happiest moments in my life. The health check went well, and I'm going to Canada.
It is important to have the feeling of preparedness as to how ready you are to be separated from your family, how ready you are to tackle with what you will find there, and what kind of work you will be doing. Take care and enjoy your experience.
Sometimes I feel so